Get started, I've got a quick announcement to make. That we've just been notified from the Trump administration that all federal funding has been frozen. So I want to come out now and applaud the efforts by President Trump to freeze federal spending, federal grants, federal funding. He is absolutely fulfilling his campaign promises to abolish the Federal Department of Education. I think this is a crucial step to peel back Joe Biden's indoctrination that he's pushed from the Federal Department of Education. We are moving quickly to make sure that we comply and work closely with the administration as this freeze goes into effect, we're being told this afternoon. So we will work very quickly to make sure to work with the Trump administration to make sure that we are in compliance. And again, we applaud his efforts to fulfill his campaign promises and make sure that there is no more federal overreach in education. With that, I'm going to take a few questions, and I'm going to have to jump, but we'll take a few.
I just want some clarification on the citizenship status.
Sure.
So there's been, the Department of Education posted an hour ago about how the proposed rule is to accurately track undocumented students. We had you on our 9 a.m. newscast a while back. You mentioned you want to know how many illegal immigrants are in our schools. Is this going to be tracking student status or just their parents?
All of the above. We are going to the parents to get information on their children. That's enrollment. You ask a parent, hey, give us this information. So we are asking parents for the information on their students. So it's laid out in that rule, and we'll continue to walk through that as it goes to the legislature now. But we want information on every student in the schools, their parents, as they enroll in school. And again, like I said, last week I did this with my children, but you ask a lot of questions of parents, and so we're going to ask parents that you need to provide this information upon enrollment.
So you're asking if the child is a citizen or legal resident?
We're asking for documentation on both, yes, the child and the parents. So the child will get, if the child's of age, there's information there that's available, but we are getting information from the parents about the child.
So you want to know whether the parent is a legal resident and whether the child is a legal resident, or just one or the other?
Yes, we want information on who's in the country legally or not. So that includes the family that's applying in enrollment. So yes, again, we're going to gather all that information.
Could you respond to some of the concerns that have been voiced about this potentially dissuading undocumented families from enrolling their children in public education? Obviously, your rule doesn't forbid them from doing so, but
sure.
Given you all asking those questions, given some of the comments that have come from the agency that this information, if requested, would be provided to immigration enforcement, that would deter families from enrolling their children in public schools. What do you say to that?
Yeah, look, let me take it a step back. Look, we're a country of law and order. We have laws and rules in place. Clearly, you are supposed to enter the country legally. We are providing information and documentation over the students in our schools. It is incredibly necessary for us to continue to move up in the education rankings, to continue to be successful with all students, to have this information. So we will continue to collect that information. We will move forward with these rules. And listen, we're being very open, very transparent about that process. President Trump has a clear mandate to get illegal immigration under control. And so we're going to continue to do those things to make sure that the information is there, the information is available. And frankly, we can make wise decisions on educational resources, and this is a critical piece of that.
Are you concerned at all about the trauma to all kids in a public school if there were some sort of immigration enforcement and law enforcement were to come in?
Hey, look, and I do love that the media, you guys continue to focus in on, I can't believe that you're going to comply with federal law, but federal law is clear. You participate with a federal investigation. If federal law enforcement comes into a school or calls us to get information, we're going to work with them. So President Trump and his team, which are doing a tremendous job to get illegal immigration under control, we will work with them. So if that's providing information, providing resources, providing personnel, we're going to do that. So we will continue to obey federal law and work with law enforcement on any investigation.
I don't believe that answered my question at all.
I think it answered it. You might not like the answer, but the answer is we're going to get illegal immigration under control. President Trump will make the determination on what illegal immigration policies look like upon deportation, and we're going to continue to work with them.
Are you concerned that could be traumatic to the students in the school classroom?
I'm concerned about the impact of illegal immigration on education in Oklahoma, and that's where we're going to continue to get that under control.
Just a clarification on the last part of the rule where it says, and I'm not going to quote it because I don't know the exact wording, but that you won't have specific record of status? So are you tracking specific info? Like, how will you turn over information to federal law enforcement or the Trump administration?
Okay, so I don't know if I follow. What was the first part of the question? Since
So
we don't
the
have.
last part of the immigration rules
Right.
talks about not tracking or not keeping
Sure.
personnel records.
Right.
So are you keeping that to turn over, or are you not keeping? How?
Yeah, look, we're taking information to be accessible for law enforcement and to also for us to make decisions upon where resources and personnel go. So this entire rule is around ensuring that we have the information to properly make those decisions. And again, you guys are asking me about what law enforcement may or may ask for. That's up to law enforcement. That is up to ICE and their officials and the Trump team. Our job is to make sure that we can answer those questions, but that we have data around who's being educated in Oklahoma schools. And so I think it's very important to do that.
All right, let's do one more.
Can I ask a follow-up on the Trump order? How much in Oklahoma education funds or funds that would be coming to Oklahoma, how much of that money is impacted?
Naria, look, that's a great question, and I don't have the answer for you at this moment. I'm going to tell you our team is working on that right now, so maybe we can have you a number by the end of the day. But I will tell you, look, I'm thrilled with the direction President Trump has taken the Federal Department of Education already. I think this is exactly the direction we need to go, and we're going to work to comply with that. So we are looking at all that right now. The team is working to put that together. Again, you guys are the first to hear it right here, right now. So we are working quickly to kind of get that assessment of what that means for us in the short term. So I'm happy to make that information available as it comes, but I mean, we're literally doing a deep dive right now. So thank you guys, appreciate it.